What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games, and in today's video, we're going over some brand new information for the Pokemon Wiglet for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We have a brand new trailer that just released this morning. We also have additional information and a couple of leaks I do want to talk about. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and I would appreciate if everyone likes the video as well. Starting off with the brand new trailer from the Pokemon Company's Twitter account, meet Wiglett the Garden Eel, which is confirmed now. It is based on a garden eel, which I think is really cool. All right, I love the cry of Wiglet. It's so adorable. Wiglet confirmed water type right there. Hanging out with his boy Diglett. Just super stretchy Diglett. So I wonder if it's a special attacker because it was using like brine there or something, or no water pulse. Wiglet may look like Diglett, but it's completely different species of Pokemon. Wiglet pokes a part of its body out of the sand to feed in the ocean. So once again, official confirmation that this is not a regional form of Diglett, but a completely brand new Pokemon that just looks like Diglett, which is essentially Convergence to Evolution, which is a regional fake, all that stuff. All that stuff ended up being true. And now with the official reveal of Wiglet, the Pokemon Company has now shown off Wiglet on the Scarlet and Violet website. So Wiglet, it is said that Wiglet resembles a Diglett, might be a mere coincidence, a result of its adaptation to its environment. So literally convergent evolution is real. We see this in real animals, like birds and bats both can fly. So this is the exact same thing, just completely two different species that ended up doing very similar things in order to survive in their environment. So it is a garden eel, as a water type. It is 3'11", so it's actually pretty tall for considering something that is just a body, just a torso and a head. It weighs 4 pounds, and its abilities are Gooey and Rattled. If you don't know, Gooey is an ability where if the Wiglet gets hit by a physical move, the opponent will drop their speed by 1 for every time a physical move hits the Wiglet. And Rattled is if Wiglet gets hit by a ghost, dark, or bug type move, its speed will go up by 1. So neither of these abilities are actually too good. I guess Gooey's going to be the better of the two here for sure. But let's be real, Diglett never really had good stats. And I do wonder if Wiglet will have more stats than Diglett, because it is not the same Pokemon. It's not in a Alolan form or Galarian form or Paldea form or whatever. It is a completely new Pokemon. So it can use a brand new base stat total to actually be a much better Pokemon than Diglett. But with these current abilities, I really hope its evolution, which we are going to be guessing is going to be Wug Trio or Wig Trio, is going to be much better than Doug Trio for sure. And we get a couple of images here, some high quality screenshots and some lore. Though it may be closely resemble Diglett, it's a completely different Pokemon. It may look like Diglett, but it's actually a completely different species of Pokemon. Wiglet pokes a part of its body out of the sand to feed in the ocean. It is still unclear what the rest of its body hidden in the sand is like or how long it might be. Wiglet also has a sense of smell that can pick up scents from over 60 feet away. Boasting an exceptional sense of smell, Wiglet is able to pick up scents from over 60 feet away. It has a skittish disposition and is constantly cautious of its surroundings. When it notices the scent of other Pokemon, Wiglet burrows into the sand to conceal itself. So, I mean, that makes sense while it has the ability Rattled for sure, because, you know, it's afraid of other Pokemon out there. It's definitely a prey Pokemon, so not an apex predator out here. So, totally makes sense. And Gooey, I assume this Pokemon is literally just slimy, which is very gross, and I do not like that. So, that is all the brand new Wiglet information from the Pokemon side, but we're not done with Wiglet just yet. If you didn't see in yesterday's video about Wiglet, we actually received confirmation from Riddler Coup that yes, Wiglet will be evolving into something similar like a Doug Trio, and he's calling it Wug Trio. That could be the official name. We aren't 100% sure, but going off the naming of Diglett into Doug Trio and now Wiglet, this is a very good guess right here. This is definitely an educated guess. So what do we think Wug Trio is going to look like? Well, you know, there's obviously people guessing it's going to just be 3 Wiglets together, and it's just going to be like that. I think it's potentially going to be like that for the most part, but it's gonna, hopefully it's going to be a little bit more than just this. Because let's be real, Diglett into Doug Trio, cool for Gen 1, but I do not want a one-to-one copy of something very similar. But we actually get one more piece of information that was leaked from Riddler Coup about Wiglet's information outside of the evolving into Wug Trio. But before, when we were talking about the regional fakes and we just knew there was going to be a Diglett and a Tentacool regional fakes, they actually told us about the color. And one of the colors was pink. So, yes, there is pink on a Wiglet here. You know, the nose is pink, very similar to how Diglett's nose. But however, the evolution for Wiglet Wugtrio is apparently going to be all pink. So that white is going away. It's going to be apparently an all pink body. Maybe the nose will be white and the body will be completely pink. So it'll probably look more like a sea anemone than actually some sort of garden eel, but we'll have to wait and see. I wonder if it's still going to look really cute and similar to how Wiglet looks right now, or maybe it's going to be more of a Jurassic change. We aren't sure yet. I don't think we'll actually know for a while, but there is going to be a lot more trailers coming out because we are less than 60 days away, less than 2 months now away from the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet official release. So I'm very excited to see what else they're going to show us. And one last thing, talking about Wugtrio, looking at Dugtrio stats. So we got Dugtrio up here, and then we got a Alolan Dugtrio down here. These stats may give us an insight on how Wugtrio is going to perform in the competitive scene. I mean, if it is literally going to be the same base stat total of 425, then it's not going to be a good Pokemon, unfortunately. 425 is just a very low base stat total, even with the Jurassic spread, because Dugtrio has 100 attack and 120 speed. Alone Dugtrio has 100 attack and 110 speed, and taking 10 of that speed into its defense. Neither of these Pokemon are actually good. Yeah, they're really fast, great revenge killers, but competitively, I just cannot see these Pokemon being viable in any sort of serious play for sure. So hopefully Wugtrio has more than 425 stats. Also, I do think Wugtrio is going to be a special attacker, considering we saw it use water pulse. So maybe it will be 100 special attack with 120 speed. That could be the thing. But I really do hope that attack is maybe like, or that special attack in this case would maybe be 105, 110. But also, I would hope the defenses are a little bit better. I think the reality is, though, I don't see the HP stat being usable. 35 is below anything usable in Pokemon, and I feel like Wugtrio is going to go down the same route. I mean, already looking at the abilities for this thing, it already seems a bit unremarkable. I love the design personally of Wiglet. I love it. I love the idea. But when I have my competitive brain on, I just cannot see this Pokemon being viable. But maybe, who knows? Who knows? I could be totally wrong about that. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about Wugtrio? Do you think it's going to be a good Pokemon or a bad Pokemon? How do you hope it's going to look like? I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen here. I mean, it literally could just look like Dugtrio. I think that's the most obvious answer, but I want to know if you guys have anything creative in the comment section below. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this daily dose of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet news and leak updates. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And, of course, like the video. It really helps me out. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a great one.